Following your passion will not get you rich. The Chinese concrete billionaire doesn't have passion for concrete. He just does what is necessary, no matter how boring it is, how tedious it is, to do anything it takes to succeed.
People come to me often, Andrew, I lack motivation. You have 10 years left to save your bloodline from eternal slavery, and you lack motivation? All of your ancestors who fought saber-toothed tigers should have just laid down and died because they fought their best for you to be born so you could jack off to Pornhub and seem to think you won't be the one who dies.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. Why will you be fine? You're not special in any way. Most of you are so unremarkable that Google, which has the most code of any program ever written, if your name is typed into Google, nothing comes up. That's how unremarkable you are. That your name, which you were given by your parents, which struggled to raise you, you have been alive for X amount of years, many of you more than 2 decades, over 20 years, and when we ask the source of all of the world's information who you are, it says, I don't know, and it is your fault. And if you think through brutal arrogance you are still too important to die, then you are a fool. Because I guarantee you, you could die and the world would not care. It would keep on turning. Nobody would even talk about it. Nobody would even mention it. A couple of your friends would be sad for a day. Most of you are numbers. 1,000 of you could die, and guess what? No name would be mentioned.
Nobody would care.
Nobody would talk about, hey, Mike died. No, they'd say, you hear 1,000 people died? Yeah, that's weird. Anyway, I'm gonna go play video games. Your procrastination is nothing more but a declaration to God that you don't respect the time you are given because you believe you'll have more time to do it later. Yeah, I'll do it later. Who says you'll have later? You are not owed later. You've been a loser your entire life. You've been alive for 20-something years and you don't even matter on the planet. You don't appear on Google, nobody cares about you, and you're assuming you have a later? You don't even deserve a later. It's given to you by God's good grace. All of the people who died today thought they had a later. They didn't have one. You will run out of time. And you're sitting on your ass procrastinating, doing nothing, no plans, nothing.
I go to all these conventions, speak all the time. I look in the audience and these people sign up, and every year to go to convention, thinking they're gonna learn something different. No, you're lazy, you know exactly what to do, Because even me, in my state of, I can't read and write, I knew exactly what to do. It just sucks doing it. It sucks to do it. It sucks to wake up every morning of your life and say, God, man, I'm not smart. So guess what I gotta do? I gotta study the same shit that I got one of the highest scores in the nation on, and do it again. It's not just there.
And I'm telling you as a rich man who made it out, I can see the gap is closing. I can see it. So you should certainly see it. I'm above in the clouds, looking down on the hole closing in. You're down below, looking up, watching it close, and you lack motivation to build a ladder. Maybe government will save me. Maybe if I vote for the liberals, they'll give me money.
There's been many periods in my life that I've had internal growth, which was this: work, no results, but I'm a little bit better. Work, no results, but I'm a little bit better. Work, no results, I'm a little bit better. Work, boom, I just got paid. And it looks like overnight success. Yeah. It's like, oh shit, it happened in a year. No, bro, it doesn't. Because if you do all those things, even if nothing happens and you know you're doing the right thing and you're on track, overnight success becomes this easy thing because you were internally growing and then the bubble popped. And then boom, it looks like you were doing it all along.
I've had people come to me and say, I'm depressed. And I'm like, well, why? They go, I'm depressed. That's why I'm a fat, lonely guy with no girlfriend. I say, no, you're not fat and lonely because you're depressed. You're depressed because you're fat and lonely. You got it the wrong way around. What you're using is depression as an excuse, a facilitator to avoid going to the gym, to avoid fixing your life. This is my reason for doing my life wrong. And it's garbage. I refuse to believe any of it. I'm sorry, I refuse to believe any of it. It's down to you to fix it. I don't believe that popping pills all day is going to fix that problem. I believe that you need to change your scenario so you're in a scenario that makes you happier. Why are you sticking up for this thing? This is what's ruining you. Depression. I'm going to the depression. You fight back. Instead, you're sitting at your computer typing at me, a happy person, telling me I need to change how I think.
And when you have goals that are maybe outside your reach, you have to know that getting to that goal, you can have a lot of bad days.
A lot of people don't understand that it's all of the challenges and struggles that's gonna make or break them. Every time I feel stressed or under pressure, I get excited. I hate to not be stressed. I wake up and I'm like, everything's fucked, good, yes. But it's how you look at the problems and how you use them to fuel you. All of those problems are gonna allow you, give you the fuel and the unlimited motivation that you need to become a successful and beautiful individual if you frame it in the right way. If you take a man and give him a life shielded from problems and he never has any to face, I guarantee you he's terrible at being a man. The best men in the world have gone through shit. That's why women love scars, because it didn't kill you. That's the whole point of it. I feel negative because these are all so difficult. I'm struggling with XYZ. Let me internalize all of that and turn it into a superpower. Let me become genuinely uncomfortable with my situation in life and go and fix things. Because like I said, the universe is absolutely and utterly very giving. And if you truly hated being in the position you were in, you wouldn't be there very long.
I swear on my fucking kid's health, I'm obsessed with losing. I fucking love losing. I love losing because I know exactly what you're thinking about my loss, and I can't wait to stick it in your fucking face when I come back.
Other people are like, oh, I'm here now, so I can now go on holiday. I don't want to stop working. I don't want a holiday. I don't want to relax. I don't want to stop.
As I walked into this hotel reception, everybody looked. Not because they know who I am, but because as I move, even if it's behind their head, people feel something and they go, it's an energy that comes from brutal competence. It's almost like an evolutionary thing where a rabbit can just smell a fox. It just knows. That's what happens when a predator walks in a room, even amongst humans. You pay attention next time you're in a restaurant. If a man who's truly dangerous walks in, nearly every other man kind of looks up at the same time. That's who I am. I couldn't imagine not being that man. I've done that because I've been trying to prove myself to my lineage my entire life. I have hundreds of millions of dollars. I wake up and think, fuck, more. I'm in fantastic shape, 4 times world champion. Fighting the Matrix out here by myself, more. I will have to be braver. I must try harder. If I don't have nothing to prove, then you're a fucking loser. Peasants have never felt like they needed to prove anything, but kings felt like they needed to go and conquer land. I don't have to prove nothing to nobody. You're a fucking loser then. You're a dummy. I absolutely and utterly completely have everything to prove to everybody all of the time. I will prove anything to anybody. If I sit and say X, I will prove it.
You're not going to score on every shot.
Right.
Doesn't mean you shouldn't take the shots, doesn't mean you shouldn't try to hit the goal. But part of being able to continue to take shots is to have the strength of character to tolerate the fact that in that instance you weren't on top.
How do you fucking stay motivated when you're like,
haven't
I'm a
missed
man?
a day of work. I've never had a day off. Maybe I've had days where I've gone driving in the supercars and I've only done 2 hours work instead of 8 hours. I've never had a day where I thought, yeah, I'm not gonna work. Never once ever. My screen time on my phone is 9 hours a day every day. I do not miss a day of work ever. If I'm the most viral Googled man on the earth, it does not change a thing. I am working. I do not stop. I will not quit. I will not surrender. I am not that person. I have zero interest in rest or respite. It's bullshit for cowards. Even the idea of resting. People say to me, if I had your money, Tate, I'd just go chill. That's why you'll never have my money, dummy.
I've said to depressed people before, I'm depressed, I have a disease. Okay, you have a disease. Describe your life to me. And they describe their life. Say, you don't have a disease, you have a shit life. That's it. You have a shit life. So you don't got a disease, you're just a fucking loser. Fix your life, you'll feel better. No, it's not that simple. It is that simple, my friend, because I'll tell you something, I'm the happiest man on the planet, but if I was you, I'd be depressed. And the reason I say it so brutally is because I don't believe the people who are losers didn't decide to be losers. If you're a loser, you chose to be. For the same reason, if you're fat, you chose to be fat. I don't fucking buy any bullshit that someone is force-feeding you. You decided to be. I think that in reality, objective reality, if you truly try your best, you'll get it. I've yet to meet somebody who eats right, goes to the gym every day, and trains as hard as they could, who is not in fantastic shape. I've never seen it. It's like, so the only people who aren't in fantastic shape are the people who decided not to do those things. So they decided. So I don't feel sorry for them. No, you decided to be a fucking loser. So your life's shit. So you're depressed. Good. That's what you decided to pull from the universe. I decided to pull the absolute opposite.
People often ask me, they say, well, if women love money, why are they with these guys or these broke guys, or why are they with this guy who's trying to come up? I think if you're actually really trying your best in your life and you're doing your very best to build a life, even if you don't have it yet, I think people can smell it. Not just women, men.
Ambition.
People can smell the they can see their life's in order. They're good. Something's right. You can call it magic. You can call it energy. You can call it something.
Potential is very loud.
And it's kind of amazing that guys will sit and they'll go, oh, what do I do about this girl? How do I get this girl? And they'll send super chats. How do I get this girl? How do I get that girl? If you actually just do the things you know you're supposed to be doing and get your life in order, you'd be amazed how quickly it all falls together. It's like everything else.
In chess, good moves come from good positions. Boxing, you land the good punch because you're standing in the right place at the right time. You do the right things. The rest of it's actually pretty easy. I promise you, if you're acting the way a man should act, with honor, integrity, you're hardworking, you're perspicacious, and you have perseverance, and you do all the things you're supposed to do, you're gonna find a loyal woman who adores you. You're gonna find it. You could be in the worst, you could be in Miami, Ratchet City, but you'll find a girl who's obsessed with you if you're doing all the things you're supposed to do. Even if you're not a millionaire yet, but if you're doing the things you're supposed to do. It's kind of beautiful how God will give that to you if you finally get your act together.